सिन्धुनैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनार्पितं चरिचिरात् कारुण्यवतीं कलो समर्पयितुं रसां स्वभक्तिश्रियम्। हरिपुरसुन्दरवती पदं वसन्तीतिका सदा हृदये पद्मे स्फुरतु सचिरञ्जना। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते वृन्दाय तुलसी देवी प्रियाणि पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं नमामि भक्ति। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम। कंपटीशन में आसान है भाई ना। She's going to speak. Welcome myself here in Belgium. I'm not the host, I'm the guest too. Gradually. It will take a while. Coming from Holland to Belgium. Holland means, as described by many Vaishnavas, is holy land. Holy land means Brajmandal, that's the holy land. And very next to Holland, very adjacent to Holland is Belgium. So I was thinking, what name should I give to Belgium? If that is holy land, Belgium means Belwan. If you go Vrindavan, across the river Jamuna, there is Belwan. So you see, Jamuna, this is Belwan, where Lakshmi is performing tapasya. Yeah? Lakshmi is performing austerity tapasya for what? To get entrance into Holy Land. Vrindavan. Anyhow, some little humor is required. The reason being is, this is our adhikar. This is our qualification for now. Even though this is not everything, pure Hari Katha, the glorification of Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, which we are hearing since 3-4 days. And in that sequence, again, I want to contribute something more in his glorification, which is endless. There is no end to his glories. As Krishna is Ananta, the glories of Krishna is also Ananta. And glories of his pure devotees also Ananta. We can't restrict and limit the glories with few words or within few days. This is our subject matter. Be attentive and give attention to my words. This is the subject matter of all of us sadhakas for everyday practices. Because Nityam Bhagavatam Sevaya, eternally serving Bhagavat. And there are two kinds of Bhagavats. One is book Bhagavat, means Srimad Bhagavatam. One is Bhakta Bhagavat. We have no access to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. But how we can have access to Srimad Bhagavatam? By serving Param Bhagavat. Param Bhagavat means all our acharya. Their glories are more important than hearing the glories of Krishna. Why so? Because we can easily relate with them. The pastimes of Krishna is inconceivable. But even though the pastimes of the acharyas are also inconceivable, but still we can relate to them and easily understandable. And especially on this very auspicious day, all glories to Ekadasi Tithi. है ना? माधव तिथि भक्ति जननी जतन पालन करी, कृष्ण वसति वसति बोली परम आदर करी. Ekadashi Tithi is Madhav Tithi. Krishna reside on this Tithi. And one should endeavor and take all pains to observe this Tithi nicely in a bona fide way. But this song by Bhakti Thakur starts with, not with Krishna, the dust from the lotus feet of Krishna. The song starts with Shuddha Bhakata Charanarenu Bhajan Anukula. The dust from the lotus feet of pure devotees, like Srila Prabhupada, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Smearing the dust of this Acharya on the head gives us access to the shortcut to bhakti. Why? How come? Bhakt pada renu, bhakt pada jal, bhakt bhukt avashesh, teen sadhiran bal. We need strength to enhance our sadhan. We need a lot of strength to get accustomed to this sadhan. We need a lot of strength to follow the sadhan. And we need abundance of strength to get perfection in this sadhan. And the only thing which can accelerate this process is Shuddha Bhakata Charana Renu, which makes all situations favorable for us to cultivate Krishna consciousness. What is Krishna consciousness about? The perception of the world in relation to Krishna. The mountains are there, the rivers are there, the drains are there, the trees are there. How they are related to Krishna, that's the whole idea of Krishna consciousness. No? Perception. Therefore, who taught us this perception? Shri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. He taught the entire world how you can perceive things in related to Krishna and be Krishna conscious all the time. Even staying in family life, working, etc. But Krishna consciousness. This is the glories of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who taught this message. Now, coming to hear more glories, I said yesterday, coming to the another level of his glorification. I don't know how many of the audience here can understand this, because it's little difficult to relate and difficult to understand. But if you try little efforts, I hope everyone can understand my feelings, which is true in related to glorification of my Acharya, from whom I got everything. When we say we received everything from Guru Dev, from Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, what do we mean by that? We got everything from them. What is the meaning? What is the meaning? We got everything from them. What is the meaning?
We learn through them who Krishna is, when he resides, what the path is, what the process is.
What do we mean? We got everything from them. How to love Krishna? Yes. What do we learn?
I think receiving the seed of bhakti, which is
Receiving the seed of bhakti from them. You?
we learn how to access the Gaudiya philosophy.
To get access to Gaudiya philosophy. See, everyone is saying right. But everyone's perception is different. Mamta Didi, what's your idea?
The books, everything is in the books. All the acharyas.
Yes. Books. Books are the basis. Purity is the force. And preaching is the essence. That's Srila Prabhupada's quotation. His realization in these three things. Books are the basis. Purity is the force. Preaching is the essence. So, everyone understand according to their perceptions. I'm going to give you another understanding. The glories of Srila Prabhupada. We all know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He took sannyas and he was in Nilachal, Jagannath Puri. And there in Jagannath Puri, he was having so many pastime with his associates. Dancing in front of Lord Jagannath chariot in Rath Yatra. 5-6 million people comes every year to attend this chariot festival. Then there is a pond called Narendra Sarovar, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he used to be with his associates and having water splashing pastimes. In Gambhira, with Sarup Damodar Ramanand Rai, Mahaprabhu is tasting and relishing the songs as she was singing, Kalidas, Chandidas. Mahaprabhu is relishing this. So all the associates got such a good opportunity, such a good access to seeing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mood in relishing them. Coming to very important point. Try to understand this point. Try to feel this point. Try to relate this point and adopt in your life, and you will see miracles in your sadhana. You will see miracles in your sadhana. Because everything is taught by Mahaprabhu. Krishna is teaching theoretically. I'm saying from the practical point of view. Krishna is speaking theoretically. But Mahaprabhu is speaking and practicing practically. And showing us how to attain that aim and object of the human life, Krishna Prem, by performing sadhana. So following each and every etiquettes. Mahaprabhu is teaching to Grastas, Mahaprabhu teaching to Sannyasis, Mahaprabhu teaching to everyone with his own example. Apni na kaile dharma shikha na jaye. Without practicing, you can't preach. Without practicing, there is no purity force. Mahaprabhu is practicing and is showing with his own examples to everyone. So, Srimad Bhagavad Gita is there to come from the animal tendency to the human tendency. Srimad Bhagavatam is there to become Vaishnav. By reading Srimad Bhagavatam, one gets to know that this material world is asar, there's no essence. at least understanding. Bhagavatam is there to relish the pastimes of different avatars and especially Krishna avatar. But Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, every day, everyone, all sadhakas who actually want to enhance their sadhana and bhakti must read Chaitanya Charitamrita every day. Then you will understand what is sadhana. Then you understand how we have to attain that prayojan, the goal of life. Without coming in contact with Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, forget about getting bhakti. Not possible. Even reading Bhagavatam, even understanding Bhagavatam through the vision of Mahaprabhu. Because Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu matamidam tatratu na paraha. This is Mahaprabhu's vision. So therefore, Mahaprabhu's associates, there are many in number. Uncountable. And if we keep a scale, you understand scale? Where two parts are there. On one scale, if we keep the contribution and the pastimes of all the associates of Mahaprabhu in one scale, and on the other scale, if we keep the contribution and pastime of these 6 Goswamis, imagine these 6 Goswamis of Mahaprabhu and all other associates on the other hand. If we put them on scale, their contribution, the scale of the Goswamis are higher in related to the contribution of the associates of Mahaprabhu. They are teaching with their example. But in bhakti, everything is about sacrifice, which promote us to attain love. Because love means sacrifice. This is bhakti. If there is no sacrifice, no love and no bhakti. Sacrifice is the most important ingredient. Without that, any prep is tasteless. So therefore it is said, Mahaprabhu Bhakt Gane Vairagya Pradhan, Jahan dekh le tushta hai Shri Gaur Bhagwan. Mahaprabhu Bhakt Gane Vairagya Pradhan. What is the meaning? The mood of renunciation is very prominent amongst the associate of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Renunciation. One can serve Krishna in Dasya Ras, Sakhya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, Madhur Ras. But Mahaprabhu service cannot be in any other rasa. Only in Dasya. Only in Dasya. This is philosophy. Very deep philosophy. So try to pick this. Try to accept this. Try to understand this. Yeah. All other associates of Mahaprabhu, they are with him. But Mahaprabhu sent 6 Goswamis to Vrindavan, far away from him. Loknath Goswami, Bhugar Goswami are the first one. Mahaprabhu sent them to Braj. For what reason? Discover the lost holy places, which got lost 5,000 years back. Loknath Goswami, Bhugar Goswami came there on the order of Mahaprabhu without even saying one time, no, we can't leave you, Mahaprabhu. It's such a great opportunity to be with you. And you're sending us away. Didn't spoke any word. To follow the order of Mahaprabhu, immediately went there. 6 Goswamis, Vande Rupa Sanatano Bhattajugo, Shri Jiva Gopalako, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. They were sent away by Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where? Vrindavan. Discover lost holy places, establish deities, write books, and Vaishnav Sadachar. 4 orders were given to them. Is it that easy to give up the association of Mahaprabhu and go so far away from him, 2000 kilometers to Vrindavan? Can you imagine the pain in their heart? Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jeev Goswami, they came. Rup Sanatan, 2 brothers. Jeev Goswami is their nephew. They gave up all their positions. They gave up all their wealth, all their profile, everything. Came to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why? To spend the whole complete life with him. And while they are here with Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu is sending them to Vrindavan. Raghunath Das Goswami life history is so heart-touching. Why I am saying all this? It has so much to do to understand the glories of Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Very deep point. Very deep point. Who can understand this pain? Shri Raghunath Das Goswami life history. How he gave up all his opulence, his family, everything, and came to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu sent him back. Then he got blessed by Shri Nityam Prabhu. And then he joined Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. But Mahaprabhu sent all these Goswamis, Jeev Goswami, everyone to Vrindavan. For what reason? Given some responsibility to them. This is my manobhisht, my inner heart desire. I want you to serve in this way. So, even though they gave up renunciation, family life, attachments, in general sense I am speaking, their positions, their profiles, their wealth, everything they gave up. That renunciation is insignificant. That's not a very big renunciation. Oh, giving up family is that easy? For us it's so difficult. Can we give up attachments? Not possible. If I have so much opulence like a king, I'm going to get so much attached to those comforts and luxuries. I can't give up. Shri Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Goswami, they gave up. How? Tuchvat. Insignificant. Tattva turnam ashesh mandalapatim shrenim sada tuchvat. Just like one pass stool and never give any honor to the stool. They gave up all this without any consideration, considering them as insignificant. But there is a higher level of renunciation in them. And that higher level of renunciation is what? Giving up the physical association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They all came to Mahaprabhu, gave up everything. And Mahaprabhu sending them to Vrindavan. Take this responsibility. This is going to please me. I am saying this, my order. And take this responsibility. The Goswamis and those Acharyas, all our Guru Parampara, were followers of the Goswamis. They all are in the same line, same Guru Parampara. They gave up physical association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For what reason? To serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what becomes more important? To be with Mahaprabhu or to serve Mahaprabhu? What became more important there? Am I making with my own mind? Am I fabricating this? This is the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita about. This is all Chaitanya Charitamrita about. We all familiar with this. What importance they gave to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or to serve the mission of Mahaprabhu. What importance? How much pain they gone through? Can we feel that? No. We can't feel that pain. Because who can feel separation? Gurudev words. Please give attention here. Who can feel separation? One who has union, he or she can only feel separation. If there is no union, you can't feel separation. Just by words saying, oh, separation, separation, that's not separation. First it has to be union, and then separating from that is called separation. If someone says, I have attachment to Vrindavan Dham, because once a year I go to Kartik Parikrama, I'm attached to Vrindavan Dham. That's not called attachment. If you are attached, if you stay there, you attach there, and then giving up that attachment is pain in the heart. We can't understand this. It's just theoretical. Try to give up the association of your husband or your wife or your children. Or if your child is giving up your association and leaving you, how would you feel that? We can relate like this. Because this is our attachment, right? If my son, my daughter, going for studying in another country for 10 years, imagine what happens to the heart. So much painful. Because we are attached to our children. And this attachment is not even 1% of the Goswami's attachment with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 1000%. Their life and soul is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Life and soul. Sri Sanatan Goswami Pad, he wants to give up his life just for one point. And that is, Mahaprabhu, give me embrace, give me hug. What's wrong in that? There is wrong. Because Sanatan Goswami, to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu coming from so many areas, crossing so many jungles, and drinking so many water from different ponds, he got this disease. Boils all over his body. All over body. And the pus is oozing from all those boils. The whole body is totally dirty now. And when he arrived Sri Chaitanya to Puri to see Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu running to embrace him. And he's saying, no, please don't touch me, stay far. My body is contaminated, so dirty. Pus, everywhere is pus. And Mahaprabhu, your body is so beautiful, like golden, tapta kanchan. Don't touch me, please. But Mahaprabhu can't resist. He runs and embraces Sanatan Goswami Pad. And Sanatan Goswami Pad is thinking, I should give up my body now. Because I cannot stop Mahaprabhu. He's not listening to me. It's not in my rights. But at least I can give up my body. So that I don't want to trouble him. They are ready to give their life to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is called attachment. Life. They are ready to give up this. And they've been sent away by Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan. That means their life has gone. So much attachment. Because they give priority to whom? Priority to what? Priority to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and to please Him. They keep aside all their desires, their wishes to be with Mahaprabhu. Keep aside all that. But only one aim. And that one aim is to please Him, to serve Him, which is more important than my self-interest. Mahaprabhu's seva interest is more important than my self-interest. Following this line of the Goswamis, all our acharyas, our Srila Gurudev, Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, my Guru Maharaj, mostly those who acted, who played the role of a preacher. More about them. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who stayed in Vrindavan Dham, in Radha Damodar temple, day and night, absorbed in his bhajan, relishing the taste of Harinam, writing books, reading Sri Rup Goswami's books. Personally, conversation with Rup Goswami, just behind his samadhi. That courtyard of Sri Radha Damodar temple, life and soul of Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Shri Vrindavan Dham, life and soul of Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Even he declared that when I am going to leave this world, take my body and do Vrindavan Parikrama. Even after leaving body, he has a desire to do Vrindavan Parikrama. And imagine when he was alive, he was physically present, he was doing Vrindavan Parikrama every day. The dust of Braj Raj, the dust of Vrindavan, it become his life and soul. Shri Vrindavan Dham become his life and soul. Yeah. So much absorption is there. And similarly, to our Gurudev, Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj, never wanted to leave Vrindavan Dham. Always absorbed there. But, Agya Guru Haya Avicharniya. Just like the Goswamis, they sacrificed the physical association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they went far away from him. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada also, to serve the mission of his Guru Maharaj, to serve the order of his Guru Maharaj, to serve the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to give the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy, to encourage everyone to understand what is the aim and object of your life, to get entrance into the loving service of Shri Radha Damodar, Radha Govindji. He sacrificed his most favorite place of his residence. He is leaving Vrindavan Dham and going totally opposite material world. Carrying Vrindavan Dham in his heart. There is connection. It never get disconnect. Always connected. But how painful it would have been for him to give up the physical association of Shri Vrindavan Dham. We can't understand this. We can't value this. We can't relate this. Because we are not attached to Vrindavan Dham. Those who are attached to Vrindavan Dham, ask them. They can tell how painful it is in the heart to give up this place, which is not an ordinary town. Which is not an ordinary town. Where bhakti is totally surcharged there. The dham is surcharged with bhakti. And the transcendental Braj Bhav, the Braj emotions are there. A different aroma is there. A different aroma is there. Entering Vrindavan Dham, you feel an aroma of Vrindavan Dham. No? It's so difficult to give up this association. But Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, our Acharya, they are showing with their own example. Service to Guru, Service to the mission of Mahaprabhu needs sacrifice. Because this is all about love. Love always demands sacrifice. Love demands sacrifice. If you can't sacrifice, you can't have love. And they have so much love for Shri Braj Mandal, Vrindavan Dham. And they sacrifice that physical association. Again, I'm using this word, physical association, physical association. The Goswamis, when they came to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu is always with them in their absorption, in their meditation. But I'm speaking about the physical association. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada also. He gave up this physical association of Shri Vrindavan Dham. How painful it is. But for what reason? Service is more important. Taking responsibility is more important than physical association. They are proving this with their own example, setting up this example. Responsibility, the service mood to please the mission of Mahaprabhu, to please one object of worship is so important, and give up all your self-interest one side. But serving them is more important. Understand? I have two examples to share, which supporting this point. Not supporting, but in related to this point. When I got initiation from my Guru Maharaj, Shri Srimad Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj, me and my godbrother Madhapriya Prabhu, we used to come Delhi and preach to some of our friends, and bringing them to Guru Maharaj for his darshans and for initiations. But after some time, Madhapriya Prabhu asked this question to Guru Maharaj. Not question, but he expressed that it is very risky to preach. It's very risky to preach. Anyway, I don't want to come to this point. It's very emotional. Another example. In Kartik Parikrama, Srila Gurudev was hosting devotees from all over the world. He used to invite them. 2,000, 3,000 devotees all over the world attending Kartik Parikrama. And there was so much service to do, especially 3 times cooking. And so much seva is required there. So once upon a time, I gave this example earlier too. As brahmachari, when I was brahmachari, I went to kitchen department to peel potatoes. Don't focus on the story. You heard this many times. Focus on the point what I want to establish here. The point. Stories are not giving inspiration, but catch up the point which I am trying to make it. I was peeling potatoes. Srila Gurudev came to have an overview of what's happening in the kitchen. So all the brahmacharis, 30-40 of us, we were doing this seva. And Srila Gurudev came and he was so happy to see. But all of a sudden he looked down. I was sitting just right in front of him. He came from the back and he looked towards all the brahmacharis. Then he wanted to see who's sitting there, and he saw me. Seeing me serving in the kitchen department for Kartik Parikrama, which is Gurudev's Parikrama, am I doing something wrong there? I'm helping the kitchen. I'm peeling potatoes. He didn't like this idea. He pulled my ears and lifted me with my ears like this. It's so painful, If I lift you with your ears like this, It's so painful. And I was screaming. And Gurudev said, did I give you this service? I have hundreds of people to peel potatoes. I don't have many people to look after my publication. Go in the room and whatever responsibility I've given you, fulfill that. Now my desire is there to help the brahmacharis in the kitchen. That's my desire. But what is Gurudev's desire? He want to send me in my room to work on computer to serve him. This pleased him so much, more than I'm in the kitchen. To serve, one has to keep one's self-interest aside. Because all brahmacharis, they were my friends. And we were having nice time. Cutting vegetables, but also laughing and joking together. My friends, brahmacharis. But that's my self-interest. I got corrected by Gurudev. And I pay my obeisances to him, praise him for this correction. That was my self-interest. I was at fault. But I have to see what is my Gurudev interest. My responsibility, my seva is more important than my self-interest. That's the key to grow in bhakti. I have to keep all self-interest on one side and give more value to the service, to the mission of Mahaprabhu. The mission of Mahaprabhu. That's more important. Srila Bhakti Dait Madhav Gosai Maharaj. Many of you don't even know his name. Direct disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. He was considered as his right hand. He preached throughout the year. Collect so much donation, everything. With this desire I want to celebrate Janmashtami with my Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And where was Srila Prabhupada? In Mayapur Dham, Shri Chaitanya Math, the Akar Math, the Mool Math. So he came with so much happy mood. At least I'm going to spend 2 days with my Guru Maharaj and a lot of Hari Katha. So, after so many weeks of preaching and traveling, he traveled overnight, took so much pain, and came early morning, Mangalarti, before Mangalarti, arrived in Mayapur, Shri Chaitanya Math, to celebrate Janmashtami with him. And he came in Mangalarti, Srila Prabhupada saw him, and he kept his bag and paid obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And immediately Srila Prabhupada said, take bath, take shower, and if you want to eat something, that's your desire. But after shower, immediately go to Calcutta. Celebrate Janmashtami there. There is no one to speak Hari Katha. Devotees there, they need you. That's all. Just essence. What was his self-interest? Self-interest means his inclination to be with my Guru Maharaj, to hear Hari Katha, and to serve him, to be with him all day. But what he chose? He could have said, Guru Maharaj, just for 1 day. Throughout year, I always serve you. But at least on this day, I want to be with you. That's self-interest. But obeying the order of Guru Maharaj, to go in Calcutta and speak Hari Katha there, that's Prabhupada interest. That's service interest. He is object of my worship. And by pleasing him, I get bhakti. That's the only object of my life, aim and object of my life, to please my Guru Maharaj. So where is the more pleasure? In taking the responsibility, fulfilling the responsibility, and serving the responsibility is more important. And I'm proving this with all these points. If you have guts, disprove my points. From where you get the point to disprove this? Because I'm speaking from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm giving example of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, who gave up the physical association of Vrindavan Dham to serve the mission of his Guru Maharaj and the mission of Mahaprabhu. More importance to that. Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, immediately obeying that order, he left Prabhupada. He left Mayapur Mayapur Dham, to speak Hari Katha and to organize and many other things in Kolkata. These are higher moods of higher personalities, which has so much gravity and which has so much subtle nature. Without getting established and understanding in this Siddhanta, can't grow in bhakti. You will always be there. Just like a ship here with an anchor, and no matter how much paddle you start moving, the anchor is there. Try to move that anchor. Try to read Chaitanya Charitamrita with getting the points, how the Goswamis are interacting with Mahaprabhu, what Mahaprabhu is saying to whom, what responsibility, what seva, what mission. These are the points. Otherwise, you cannot understand Bhagavatam. And that's why it is said clearly by Srila Gaur Govind Goswami Maharaj. He used to sing this. Jao Bhagavat Pado, Jao Bhagavat Pado, Vaishnavera Sthane, Ekanta Ashraya Karo, Chaitanya Charane. है ना? Jao Bhagavat Pado, Vaishnava Sthane. Take complete shelter to Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and go to Vaishnavas to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, to understand Bhagavatam, not just hearing Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is there to understand. And what after hearing Bhagavatam? Then try to serve Bhagavatam. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he showed his example to this world. Srila Gurudev and all other acharyas, Srila Madhav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, all acharyas, all the front line preachers at the time of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Front line preachers. They gave up the physical association of their Guru Maharaj to fulfill the mission of their Guru Maharaj. Taking that responsibility and serving with that responsibility. How are you going to disprove this? These are the proofs. When Srila Gurudev was physically present in Mathura, Keshavji Gaudiya Math, we used to have like 2-3 days Janmashtami festival. Hai? A day before Janmashtami, a big parikrama procession. Thousands of people. And on the Janmashtami day, Gurudev Hari Katha. From morning, then evening, and in the bhajans. Evening is always bhajan sandhya and some Hari Katha in between. And next day, Nandutsav. 3 days. Very elaborate festival. My goodness, we all used to get tired. So much seva, I can't describe my words. Literally like just getting 1 or 2 hours sleep in the night. That's all. When we used to come, sit on the bed, drink water and finish. Just 2-3 hours sleep. 3 days, so intense seva. Brahmachari, serving from morning till evening. serving prasadam, thousands of devotees coming. And Gurudev instruction to serve prasadam. So much in kitchen, so much serving and all that. All sannyasis and brahmacharis in Mathura Math, everyone, Gurudev Sevaks, all. Shridhar Maharaj, Van Maharaj ji, everyone. Tirth Maharaj ji, Madhav Maharaj ji, everyone. Premanand Prabhu, all totally engaged in service. Totally engaged in service. Service is more important. Responsibility is more important. And two important centers. One is Mathura and other is Navdeep Dham. So both godbrothers, our acharyas, Srila Gurudev, he took responsibility of Mathura, and Srila Vaman Gosai Maharaj, sometime he's in Siliguri, sometime he used to be in Navdeep Math for celebrating Janmashtami. But where all of us was serving? In Mathura, under guidance of our Gurudev, Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj. If everyone, all of us would have gone there, that, oh, Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj is my Gurudev. Did they ever did that? No. Agya Guru Haya Vicharniya. Responsibility and service. So much maturity is needed in the head, so much maturity. Otherwise, we always be going to remain as a child. But we have to grow in bhakti. Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Ji, whatever ideals he have shown to us, those ideals supposed to be my life and soul. It's not happening. I'm trying to understand this. But then self-interest comes in between. Because there is no mood of sacrifice. Because sacrifice is painful. Or in other words, sacrifice means I am rejecting enjoyments. Does sacrifice about? Rejecting enjoyments is sacrifice. I want to enjoy. This enjoying tendency is inherent in the heart. From not this birth, from many, many births. And that's why the words of sadhus, they are not a praise. They are very harsh. They are very harsh because those words operating, they do operation. What is that shlok? Tato dusangam ussijyat satsu sajet buddhiman sant eva chindanti mano vyaksavan uktavi. The words of the sadhus, they are like sword and they cut the knot of the heart. Means the knots of enjoyments, which is very important. Those knots to get destroyed. So it cannot be destroyed with sweet words. If I have a boil, I go to doctor, I say, don't give me pain, but you have to operate this. There's only one way. What? Make you unconscious. Give injection, and then you can do whatever. But in a conscious state, if a doctor is giving a cut, it's so painful. And he says, sorry, what to do, but I have to operate this. It is great responsibility. It's not about self-interest. My words are not my self-interest. What I have to do? I'm not attached to anyone. And there's no my self-interest. I'm trying to pick up that Siddhanta. The Siddhanta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Siddhanta of Rup Goswami. The Siddhanta of Jeev Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. And all our acharyas. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. How many of you go Navdi Parikrama? How many of you go Navdi Parikrama? It's so nice to be there. The birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We just go there, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And we come back. Wow, Mayapur Parikrama was very nice. Did we ever enter into the deep point to understand by whose grace and mercy we are in Mayapur Dham? Did we glorify that person? We pay obeisance to that person and appreciate his contribution and his sacrifice, who has discovered the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? It's not only just singing Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Bhaktivedanta Trikram Goswami Maharaj, we saw him. When Gurudev gave him mic to speak on Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he can't speak. He can't speak. Only he said, Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidan Namane. Just Pranam Mantra Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And he's just finished these words that this Mahapurush on whose lotus feet we are today, if I try to understand his contribution, that's all. Bas. Only he spoke this much. That vision can't go from my eyes. I still can meditate, see this. Srila Trikram Goswami Maharaj blasted in tears like a child. He can't even utter the word Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the name Bhaktivinoda Thakur. What to speak of describing his contribution? Bhaktivinoda Thakur started from Godrum Dweep. He wanted to come Vrindavan Dham to do his bhajan at Radha Kund. Understand? That's his favorite. That's what his absorption. The last destination is Braj Mandal. For all of us, one day, in one lifetime, is going to happen. That's the last destination. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he came to Braj Mandal. He wanted to come Braj Mandal. But when he was moving, traveling, he got stopped. And Mahadev came in his dream. Say, no, you go back. Because you have to do so much to serve Mahaprabhu. From there, detour, came back. And what he did, discovered the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then writing books, songs, everything there. Can we value his sacrifice? He wanted to go Vrindavan Dham, the place of his Ishta. Who is his Ishta? The Goswamis. The Goswamis are Ishta. Huh? Is Mahaprabhu his Ishta? Yes, in one sense, yes. But more priority to Rup Sanatan Goswami Pad. Otherwise, he was already in Mayapur Dham, Shri Godrum Dham, which is Mahaprabhu Dham. He was already there. He want to leave that place and go to Braj Mandal, where there's the place of my Goswamis. There's the place of Raghunath Das Goswami, the place of Rup and Sanatan Goswami. That's my place. To serve them, I want to go there. But he was sent back. He sacrificed this. without sacrifice, without responsibility, and without service. No matter if you chant 64 rounds a day or 100 rounds a day, can't develop maturity in your head. Can't. And if you do little sacrifice with responsibility, you see so much change in you. I guarantee you. Challenge to you. A challenge. Take one responsibility and sacrifice your self-interest with that, and then you see your chanting and your bhakti grows so high. This we need to learn. All of you, me too. I'm also amongst everyone. I'm not just giving a lecture to anyone. I'm trying to understand this through these examples. And I also have to do like this. One day we have to understand this. Therefore, don't underestimate the glories of the preachers who take so much responsibility and who sacrifice what? Shri Vrindavan Dham, Braj Mandal. Who can't understand the pain in their heart. Who wants to leave Vrindavan Dham? To see these beaches here? To see the mountains here? Vrindavan Dham is incomparable to any place in the world. Incomparable. No comparison there with anything, with any location, with any country, and any beauty. The mood of Braj, the aroma of the dust of Vrindavan, and Shri Vrindavan Dham, which is the place of the Goswamis, the place of the tapasya of the Goswamis, the place of the service of the Goswamis towards their Ishta. That's the place, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Who wants to leave Vrindavan Dham? It's not a matter of enjoyment to go out from Vrindavan Dham. It's not enjoyment. This is renunciation. This is sacrifice. So adore that, appreciate that, respect that sacrifice of our acharyas. Value that. Not only just words of praise, but valuing their sacrifice. And on their sacrifice, we are getting everything today. On their sacrifice, we are enjoying today everything. Because if the room is dark, one lamp has to light. One lamp is burning and giving light to so many people. The books Rup Goswami wrote, Jiv Goswami wrote, for them, they already know everything. They took so much pain for us. Are we reading those books? If we are not reading those books, we are not valuing their sacrifice. If we are reading those books, even we are understanding or not understanding, we are valuing that. Understand? My language may appear a little rough, but I am not speaking rough. I am speaking with my love and affection to all devotees. We have so much time to look after my body. So much time to maintain physical my body. And all other responsibilities. Where is the valuing the asset of the Goswamis? Where is that? It's not valuing. Because moment we start valuing this, the mood of sacrifice comes, the mood of responsibility comes, the mood of seva comes, which enhance our sadhan and enhance our flavor and tasting that sadhan. Understand? This is the mood given by, the ideal given by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All his God brothers in Navdeep Mayapur Dham, Samadhi there, he wanted to be in Vrindavan Dham. Because Vrindavan is my home. He was saying this again and again and again. But then he left Vrindavan Dham to preach, to fulfill the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mission of Mahaprabhu. Understand? So try to value this sacrifice of these authorities, these acharyas. Value that. You cannot value with giving 100 euros to them. That's not called valuing that. Is that 1 hour lecture is equal to 100 euros? Not at all. Forget about this. It's not even 1 million or 1 billion. They rejected all this already. But if you really want to value them, then value that siddhanta, value that philosophy, value the words. That is their respect. Giving flowers, giving garland, giving donation is not prime respect, it's secondary. But valuing their words and imbibe the moods in the heart is the ideal respect for them. And because we always do mistake of not doing this, unknowingly, or I can say knowingly, we are committing offenses. That's the offense. And that's why no taste in Harinam, no realization. No realization. And just like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev also, same thing. He gave up Mathura, Vrindavan. Although took in his heart. And he established Braj Mandal everywhere. But giving up that physical association is very painful, I'm telling you. One day you will realize this. It's very painful. It's not a matter of enjoyment. It's a matter of renunciation. It's a matter of sacrifice. No? In Hindi there is word say, Je tan lage, sei jane. What is the meaning? If anyone get his finger cut, just example, suppose my finger get cut, who's going to feel the most pain? No, there are so many mothers, sisters, brothers here. They also will going to feel sad. Oh, Maharaj, so much pain, huh? So much pain, huh? Finger got cut, huh? So much blood coming out, yes? Everyone going to be sad, no doubt. But who's going to feel the most pain? One whose finger got cut. No? We can't understand that pain. We can just give a words of pacifying, that's all. But one who goes through this sacrifice, only he can understand. We are just glorifying them with just words, flowery words. No, we can't understand their heart, that pain, to leave that. And that's why we saw Srila Gurudev in Bajar festival. He's describing, 7 days he used to speak Hari Katha. And there's one video. There are many, but I saw just now one video where he's describing. The same thing he was saying. How Goswamis, they were doing bhajan in Vrindavan. And how they're doing bhajan there? In mood of separation. He Radhe Braj Devi ke chalalite, and bas. Gurudev started crying. And his cloth is going under his glasses. Choked up. He was not able to speak anything. And last year, one audio of Srila Prabhupada also got viral. Devotees started forwarding to everyone. Also his voice got choked while describing this, the mood of Vrindavan Dham. You can understand from there where the attachment is. Try to value that sacrifice. Value that sacrifice. Not just respect, but value that. And we all needs to get more and more mature. Wherever we are now, we have to develop more and more maturity from that level to the other level, to other level. We don't have to be there, just there on the ground floor all the time. We always have to grow up. Utho utho re bhai, aar to samay nahi. Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj used to say, Utho utho re bhai, wake up now. There's not much time left. Don't think there's much time. There's no much time left. Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he used to go preaching. He's the Acharya of mud. He was the Guru of the mud, Acharya of the mud. He was going out preaching everywhere. And behind his back, some of his godbrothers were speaking about him. So now, he said, oh, Vaman Maharaj, he's enjoying preaching. Because wherever he goes, he gets so much food to eat, so much prasadam. High quality rice, basmati rice, so many kind of salads, so many kind of sweets. And we in the center, we only getting potatoes and rice, aloo and chawal, that's all. Everyone starts speaking on his back. Some of his godbrothers. That, oh, he's enjoying preaching because he's getting invitation from every home, every day. And he's getting so much to eat there. So after preaching, when he came back, some of his disciples told him, Guru Maharaj, your godbrothers speaking on your back, criticizing you. And he said, no problem, let them do. But to save his godbrothers from going to hell because of immature understanding of preaching, preaching is not only about visiting homes and eating their good quality food. To save them from this immaturity, he spoke in his Hari Katha. He said, I'm hearing some of my godbrothers are telling, I go out, preach and having good time. And every day I'm getting so many invitations from different householders and they're serving me so nicely, which is 100% true. I'm not denying this. He said this. He said, this is 100% true. When every day I get invitation and they cook so much for me, like 56 preparations every day, so many sweets. This is true. But if I don't go there, then I'll not be able to even supply rice and potato for you people here. Understand? If I don't go visit there and eat that 56 preparations, then I will not be able to even supply rice and potatoes for you people here. So if you want, I will not go, I will stay here and happily we will just eat some spinach and rice. I'm happy to stay here with you. You don't understand the maturity of why I'm visiting them? It's not for enjoyment, it's sacrifice. But do they understand this? Immature level. Only seeing the external part. Oh, acharyas, they are always in, high profile. There's so many people to welcome them, so many people to welcome at the airport, the big cars. They're always in good facilities. They get good hosting, they get good prasadam. The focus is only seeing these external things. Very few devotees, they go into deep to understanding. This is not enjoyment, this is their sacrifice. This is not enjoyment, this is sacrifice. You don't want to eat, but you have to eat. You don't feel like eating, but you're bound to eat. Travel with us 1 year. Okay, 1 year is too much, 6 months only. Then you will understand. There is nothing which you want to do. Preaching is not easy. It looks like that. Swami Prabhupada, big temples like palace. Everywhere, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. This is what they are looking for. They don't even see that. Insignificant. Tuchchavat. Nothing. So everyone try to see the Acharya Leela of when they become Guru. What about before? The previous Leela. The Leela of sacrifices. The Leela of failures everywhere. You know? Imitating that. That's... oh no. I can't do this. Yeah? So, I said enough. But after Prasad, take something which you heard today. Take away. Which is very important for me, for you, for everyone. To understand this point. To understand this depth of this Siddhanta. This is the sacrifice of our all Gaudiya Acharyas from everyone. Dankeval. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Bolo Bhaktivedanta Srila Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Samagat Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So by this, ending up the glorification of Jagat Guru Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. We heard many details of his pastimes, his contributions, his sacrifices, his responsibilities, his seva moods, and many funny stories. Keep these stories in your heart and always remember them. By saying so, I am ending up my my lecture here, and the last evening here in Holland. Tomorrow heading to Switzerland. Few days Harikatha. Oh, by the way, I'm not going for sightseeing there. Not seeing the mountains. I've seen many mountains in my life. And you know the best mountain, the best sightseeing is in Brajmandal. We have a hill station there. You know the best mountain there is? Bolagiraj Govardhan Maharaj Ki Jai. That's Giriraj. He's the king of all the mountains. You know? Anyway. So, after that, I'm ready to go to India to celebrate Radhashtami in following the footsteps of Srila Gurudev. Prior to Radhashtami, Srila Gurudev used to do Chav programs. Chav. That means visiting different homes, different localities, speaking the glories of Radharani and bhajans of Radharani, and collecting chavs. Means the devotees there, they bring baskets with some ornaments, some makeups for Radharani, ornaments for Radharani, and chocolates, biscuits, fruits, cookies, all that. So every day, 2 times or 3 times a day in different locations. Understand? They invite all their friends and they bring those baskets covered with very beautiful, what? Foil. In this way, on Radhashtami day, we do this 7 to 10 days, and on Radhashtami day, we bring all that on our head and we offer to Radharani. collecting from everyone and offer to Radharani. And after offering to Radharani, we distribute all those ornaments. I mean, brahmacharis cannot do makeup because there is lipstick, there is powder, there is bangles. So after offering to Radharani on Radhashtami, then we distribute to all devotees. Everything, fruits, whatever we collect in the 7-8 days. It's for distribution, not for collection. So Srila Gurudev started this Chav festival in Mathura, and following his footsteps, we also do in our center in Faridabad. And then looking forward to all of you to come in Kartik. Please do come in Kartik. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, की श्री राधा मदन मोहन राधा गोविंद राधा गोपीनाथ राधा रमन राधा दामोदर राधा माधव जी की श्री बेलवन की